Um, well, I could go back and try to give all the backup so you understand it. I just put a tape on and I'll try to put the same um, title to it so you can connect it if you care. I wanted to address because this is my father, King Edward VIII. He was married to Georgia O'Keeffe's sister, my mom, Claudia Ruth O'Keeffe. Here's Georgia. At least the Roanoke Times, when they were printing articles about me, most of them it was lies, but they said I look like her. Well, that's a compliment. Thank you very much, since she's my aunt. This is the double that married Wallace Simpson, and history would have you believe that she married my father, George. The sixth is illegal. This is a man the movie was made of and made him out to be the good guy, and my father the bad guy. Well, my father had nothing to do with Wallace Simpson. He married my mom, so it was all a lie made up. Elizabeth's illegal. I could go on 99-year seal. This is the name they gave me when they brought me. The Kennedys were a part of it. The New World Order, Rockefellers, Rothschilds, Bilderbergers, Joseph Kennedy, my own uncle. They brought me to Moulton, Alabama, near NASA, in Huntsville, and treaties and scientists and you name it. The money that came in there to keep me alive, and the whole thing was to tear down Great Britain. They even false marked through the birth dates of birth and reinserted the date they gave me. This was to coincide with the date I grew up using, January the 7th of 39. Only here they haven't even bothered to change the 8 to a 9. They inserted it. This is Carl Preston Dempsey, the twin that's dead. Both of them are dead. They were killed by their mother, Lina. So this is me, or the name I have to use. And that's illegal to put that over, to change it. So anyway, I wrote about the Mindcontrol murders in '78, and Larry Flint, Hustler magazine, was shot while I was doing the book. Lawrenceville, Georgia. Lawrenceville and Montgomery was used in some of the murders. Lawrence County, where they took me, and Montgomery is where the birth certificates come from. In Tuscaloosa, that's what one of the murders, well, I hope it's not murder. Let me rephrase that. I hope it's staged. But the one that just happened at University of Virginia. She's English, so I know you all will know who I'm talking about. She was abducted, and it's a mind control murder, and it's done in patterns. She's English, as I am, and it goes back to University of Virginia. I worked over there, so it's associated, they use words, and I can't tell it in 5 words or less, so I'm going to go on because it's on other videos, a lot of the stuff. This is Mark and Scott. My son's an heir to the crown. I'm Victoria the Second. And the 99-year or 100-year seal that was illegally placed on my dad, and all of it a lie, took care of that and my birth, and Victoria the Second, it hit it. So I'd like it unsealed, my name back for whatever time I've got left, and I hope my sons are alive and I get to see them again. This is Gabby Gifford and Mark, twin to Scott Kelly, Scott Kelly. This is Tucson, Arizona. Mind control was used there, and there's more in the patterns done there. It's using people, time, their names, places, etc., and objects rather than DNA there. Of course, DNA, if you could get a real one done without it being falsified, because Anastasia lived in Charlottesville and was murdered by Blue Ridge Mental Health. So there you go. And she really was Anastasia's, or Nicholas's daughter. So what I wanted to, without going any further, and this was a state trooper, and I'm so sorry, I really am. Um, anyway, they were students at Blacksburg, also Virginia Tech. What I wanted to say here was Fox News. All the media knew this before me. Before I knew about my kidnapping, I have been called every name in the book. I have had where they were going to do a lobotomy on me if my country didn't and family didn't come through with whatever the United States was asking. I'm a hostage, just like Great Britain. The Anyway, I can't stand to think of his name. Kissinger was on the other end of the phone, and it's where they had me, and I was paralyzed, but I knew everything that was going on, and I could hear. Well, they came through with it, the demands, and I lived. They put antifreeze in me. I should have died. I could go on and on at what they've done to me, and people found it funny here. April Fool Day, the antifreeze of 80 was put in me. April Fool joke. So it's been like a clown joke or something. And anyway, um, I'm getting away from. I wanted to go to Fox News. Fox yesterday, their anchors and everybody. I mean, they all know this. Or something's wrong with your press. You better wake up. But anyway, they're controlled by the very people that kidnapped me, the Rockefellers and Rothschilds, Illuminati, my own uncle's group. Also, that became a part of it. They signed illegal treaties after my kidnapping in 41 and allowed the United States to put its military bases all over Great Britain and use Great Britain, which is a hostage, as a launching pad to control the world, and that's where it's at. Africa, the Ebola they sent and came as friends. Oh yeah, well, and the Marshall Plan, where they're supposed to aid you with money and all this. Shower it when they orchestrate the crimes and then go in and pretend to be the nice guy, and they got you. They've taken you over. Now then, I wanted to address Fox. They came on yesterday when Great Britain, it was told that half of Parliament was going to okay airstrikes against ISSI, and the response by this group and the anchor on Fox was, well, it's about time. And they brought up the Second World War. And that's when I was kidnapped. They took out my father, and they took over Great Britain and the global governments that's in power now, the United States and the New World Order. So they left out all of this about, they were saying that, like Great Britain should be obligated to the United States. Well, beg pardon, you stole this from us in the beginning. You never stopped. You're a bunch of thugs. You have lived a good life off of my hell and Great Britain's and Germany's. And there's some Americans, a few, and I'm not going to say anything else because there's a very few. I'm not going to mix them up with the other Americans because as long as they're living good, they'll cut your throat. The media is supposed to be up there and telling the truth and not hiding and deleting. They're just as responsible for the crimes that are going on in this world today. They don't report about Ebola and the labs that are being given grants and funds to develop Ebola and AIDS and all this, Center for Disease Control, Emory University. I wrote about some of this in my book back then, and look what happened to me. So anyway, beg pardon when the United States press is sitting there, the arrogant, I'm bleeping myself because I only have words, nothing else to fight with, and the social media. How dare you attack Great Britain? You can never repay us for the hell and the crimes you've committed against the British people. You've taken our culture, you took the real monarch, you do as you please. And I don't know anyone that could stop it but God himself. And I'm serious. Nobody can undo this. It's been done. And right now, you got your global government in place, and that's Obama, that's the Clintons, and by